good header, nothing that Reno could do, 2-2.
And so here, 2-2 it is. Bayern Munich dropping their first points of the season. It comes on match day 10 in the Bundesliga. First time in every competition. Archie, this might be an official wobble.
The thing is, after the PSG game, I'm almost tempted to say, look, if this is what it takes, if it takes until match 17 of the season before you don't win a game, chapeau Bayern Munich. And all the same, I think we've seen a similar formula that Cologne used, extended out into 90 minutes here with a little less risk-taking than Cologne did. And hats off to Union Berlin, because this was some performance. Granted, they benefited from a Bayern goalkeeping error for the second season running at home, because last season, Jonas Urbig got a palm on it but didn't push it out, and Benedikt Hollerbach was able to take advantage of that. And today, Danilo Dürki, you can't give him any space or time in the box. They saw that with Harry Kane's clearance, as Ale was saying there. He's got 6 goals already this season, which equals his best ever tally for a season, which was back in 2022-2023. And he was saying the other week, look, maybe I'd be a good striker. On this evidence, and given the fact that he's Union Berlin's top scorer this season, you'd say so. From a Bayern perspective, okay, they dropped points, but given the statement win that they had against PSG, and they've got big things to come against Arsenal, it was inevitable. And I think that Vincent Kompany will take something away from the fact that even though they were 2-1 down late on, they still managed to fight back and get a draw. Wobble, yeah, okay, but to be honest, I find it difficult to be too critical of Bayern Munich given what's come before.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about Vincent Kompany, because that's how he will frame it, that even when the chips were down, they still came back and salvaged a point.
Well, absolutely, that's how he's going to frame it, because that story favors him and favors the team. What I would suggest is, Vincent, I don't know, there are some tired legs and tired minds out there. You rotated the team against Bayer Leverkusen, but you choose not to rotate when your team played a man down for more than 45 minutes against PSG, at PSG, in the tension of the Champions League, and all the expectations that went into that match. I thought there was a lot of emotional and physical expenditure in that match for Bayern Munich, and we saw it. It's not, I'm not making it up, we saw it in the first half. They were flat. And when you're flat like this, and you have been as dominant as Bayern Munich has been, you got to find explanations. And the explanation is you're still hung up on what was against PSG, and you're still hung up on that success, not because you're thinking, oh, how great were we against PSG. You're hung up on that in a sense that physically you're not quite there. Mentally, you're not quite there. And Union Berlin doesn't get you nearly as excited to play as does PSG. And so that's why I thought that you needed different faces. Guys that would be excited to play. Guys that would be high energy from the very first minute, so that you match that high energy of Union Berlin. Once you allow Union Berlin to think that they're part of the competition, that they're part of the game, now the crowd gets into it, and they think, maybe. These points are not budgeted for us, but maybe we're going to get something out of this, and there's nothing to lose for us and everything to gain. I think Bayern Munich allowed that to happen. And when you allow a team to hang around long enough, you make a mistake, as they were prone to do today. Bayern Munich made a lot of mistakes coming out of the back, a lot of mistakes in set pieces as well. Then you find yourself trailing. Yes, give them credit that they came back and they scored a game-tying goal. But I think there's a message here for both Vincent Kompany and this team that you need to be able to follow up performances.